Good evening, everyone. Tune in to the National Television Network. We are live at the Royalton St. Lucia Resort and Spa, and we're about to bring you live coverage of the National Sports Awards. And we are looking at achievements for 2018. The top of St. Lucia's sporting excellence will be recognized this evening. I'm Ryan O'Brien, and with me is Michael Midget Pierre. Good evening, Midget. Certainly looking forward to a wonderful evening here at the Royalton.
Hi, good evening, Ryan, and good evening, listeners and viewers, and a pleasant good evening once again as we welcome the 49th anniversary of the staging of Sports Awards in St. Lucia, as it coincides with the 40th anniversary of our independence. Based on what I've seen so far and my attendance at the various press conferences, we are in for a treat. When you look at some of the nominees who have put in all the hard work, not just those vying for the prestigious awards, but we must always remember the coaches, the administrators, the technical officials who were very instrumental in helping these persons achieve what they have achieved in 2018. For me, it is a very remarkable year when you look at Lovon Spencer, who is celebrating her 20th anniversary or 20th year of representing St. Lucia unbroken. And I can recall Lovon Spencer breaking the high jump record at the age of 14, and now she's 34 and she's still doing very well.
Yes, Midget, and as we see, the room is filling up nicely with the nominees that have been coming in. We have the various dignitaries, and we're hoping that we will be getting the actual proceedings going anytime from now. So we probably have a good chance for you to look at some of the shortlisted nominees for the evening. So probably a good opportunity for you to look at some of the shortlisted nominees that will actually be vying for the top honors this evening.
Very much so, Ryan. When you look at the nominees for the junior sportsmen, it was a very close one. You have Deandra Caldron from table tennis. You also have Kimani Melius with St. Lucia and West Indies cricketer. Also in the mix is Shelton St. Rose from track and field. Then in the female category, you have Megan Williams from tennis, Katie Kyle from swimming, Julian Alfred from track and field. In the male category for Sportsman of the Year, you have our good friend Albert Reynolds from track and field, Larry Edwards from cricket, and the Masley, the boxer, the Russian, from boxing. In the female category, as I mentioned earlier on, we have Lovon Spencer vying for it, and Kiana Joseph, St. Lucia and West Indies cricketer. And also in the mix for the female sportswoman is footballer Elisha Mackey. So it's a very close contested one, and it could go any way. And as I said, these nominees have been very proficient throughout 2018 and have returned some very good and recording performances. And with me is Olympian Noki, Zephrinus Joseph, middle distance runner, long distance runner, marathon. Mr. Joseph, welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you very much, and good night to my country, St. Lucia.
How do you see this event tonight unfolding?
Well, I see that a wonderful event. You know, after working hard for a whole year, it's always good to come back and reward the athletes for what they've done. So hopefully tonight is going to be wonderful for the athletes, and they're going to enjoy the awards that they do get.
It's not just for the athletes, because as I mentioned earlier, there are persons who work behind the scenes in getting the athletes to where they are right now. You have the coaches, the technical officers, the administrators of the various associations, the support forces like the parents, their peers and so on. What contribution in your mind you think that these persons have played in the development of these athletes?
Of course, yes. You know, the people out there, the coaches, the administrators, parents, they're the one who actually support the athletes and cause them to be what they are. Because yes, as an athlete, you will be doing the hard work. But without the support from your parents, your friends, coaches, administrators, you really will not make it out in this world, though.
Now, as an Olympian, what message would you like to send out there to the young, aspiring young athletes and sportsmen and sportswomen in St. Lucia?
I think the most important message is that don't believe that you're a star. That's the most important message. We have a problem here in St. Lucia that before you win a medal that you're a star, but you really must do the work and let people see you as a star. But don't make the little fame get to your head. Because believe you me,
Doki, you have been following sports in St. Lucia over the years. How do you compare 2018 with previous years in terms of the performances and the upliftment of the various sporting disciplines?
This question,
Tough
question for me, because I consider myself to be a prodigal son just coming back this year. I've been away from athletics for a bit, basically because of an injury, but I mean, I do listen to sports once in a while, and I must say that we've done pretty well. We had this young sprinter who won the Commonwealth Youth Games.
Julian Alfred.
I think we had some football team who won the beach volleyball. We've had Kimani Melius, pretty good cricketer, doing pretty well for us.
Kiana Joseph also.
Kiana Joseph, that's a football.
Cricket.
In cricket. Yeah, the under 16 girls. So we've had some good performance. We've had some good performance.
Terry, finish there.
Good evening, all. Welcome to the 39th Annual Sports Awards, National Sports Awards ceremony. Please stand at this time for the entrance of the Governor General of St. Lucia, His Excellency, Sir Emmanuel Neville Snack. Please remain standing for the national anthem, which will be played by Mr. Darrell Anderson on the tenor pan. Thank you, Mr. Anderson, for that delightful rendition. Continue to stand as we invite Pastor Delvin Ford of the Christian Faith Assembly to lead us in the invocation this evening.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly and Eternal Father, we want to thank you. We thank you for this occasion. We thank you for this time where we could gather here and honor those you have given gifts and talents. God, we lift up this ceremony to you tonight, and we ask that you take control. Bless the proceedings. Bless everyone here. And thank you for all the athletes and those who have made their contributions, those who have excelled in their field that we're about to honor today. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Ford. Please, you may now take your seats. His Excellency, Sir Emmanuel Neville Snack, Governor General of St. Lucia and Lady Snack, Mrs. Raquel Chasney, the wife of the Prime Minister, Alan M. Chasney, Honorable Edmund Estefan, Minister for Youth Development and Sports, other members of Cabinet, senators, members of the Diplomatic Corps, both local and abroad, Mr. Benjamin Emmanuel, Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Stephen Julian, Attorney General, Permanent Secretaries and Deputy Permanent Secretaries, other government officials, staff of the Department of Youth Development and Sports, directors of the St. Lucia National Lotteries Authority, presidents and representatives of national sporting federations, honorees, awardees, athletes, parents, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very pleasant good evening to you, and once again, welcome to this, the 39th edition of the annual Sports Awards ceremony, being celebrated this evening, of course, in the context of the occasion of St. Lucia's 40th anniversary of independence. Tonight we'll be honoring a number of people who have contributed to the sporting development of St. Lucia, technical officials, coaches, administrators. But allow me first to specially acknowledge the presence of an outstanding group of young men and women, athletes who have excelled in their chosen fields of endeavor and who consequently have been nominated as Sports Personalities of the Year 2018 for their respective disciplines. You would have noticed their photos in the gallery as you came. We pay very special tribute to them this evening. And it is my pleasure to get us out of the blocks tonight to introduce to you, speaking of outstanding athletes, a decorated former national athlete in his own right, and now, of course, a leader in terms of policy and administration. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Honorable Edmund Estefan, Minister of Youth Development and Sports, to deliver his remarks. Minister.
Governor General of St. Lucia, His Excellency Sir Neville Snack and Lady Snack, the wife of our Prime Minister, Mrs. Chasney, Mr. Benjamin Emmanuel, Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Stephen Julian, Attorney General, other Cabinet colleagues, other parliamentarians, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Mrs. Leota Shalmine Mason, Director of Sports, Mr. Patrick Maffrey, Director of Youth, Ms. Mary Wilfred, officials of the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, sports administrators, sportsmen and women, nominees, awardees, coaches, mentors, members of the media, special invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to each and every one of you. It is with an appreciative heart, honor, pride, and tremendous joy that I salute tonight our nation's sports heroes and heroines for their outstanding achievements throughout 2018. Tonight's Sports Awards serve as a clear demonstration of our St. Lucia's highest honor and respect for our sporting champions and legends. It also indicates government's total passion and commitment to the advancement and growth of sports and recreation. This government recognizes sports and recreation as a medium for developing healthy lifestyles, creating opportunities for rewarding careers, employment and wealth, as well as fostering national pride. As a government, we recognize that sports serves as a key role in encouraging a culture of teamwork, cooperation, and discourages antisocial behavior. It is with this key objective in mind that we have pledged to take sports development to new and rewarding heights of excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, as the minister with responsibility for sports, tonight I recommit to the pledge, with the encouragement and support of our Prime Minister and my cabinet colleagues, to build our nation by empowering our youth through sports. As we celebrate our 40 years of political independence, I give you the assurance that we are progressing positively with sports development. This government is making massive investment in sports development for the further improvement of our youth of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, it was last year at this Sports Awards, right here in this facility, that we announced our bold and courageous commitment as a committed government to develop our sports infrastructure island-wide. It is remarkable, ladies and gentlemen, that in the coming weeks, construction is slated to commence. It is pleasing to note that by this time next year, we would be presenting new and upgraded sports venues and facilities. Last year, we showed you beautiful photos and pictures, and this year, all of this is going to come to fruition. And we're talking specifically about facilities in Grozile, in Dennery South, in Miku North, in Miku South, and a few others. We promise to keep the public educated and updated as we commence groundworks and proceed with these major sports infrastructural programs and development. So by our 41st year of independence next year, our sportsmen and women will begin to enjoy new and upgraded world-class, state-of-the-art sporting infrastructure and program support that will come from the National Lotteries authorities to excel in their respective craft. The information is available online, and we will be ready to commence on other sporting infrastructure in the not too distant future. Tonight, though, we shower praise on our talented, exceedingly inspired, greatly skilled and trained sportsmen and women. Let us show our appreciation to our sports legends for making us proud and showcasing the best in us as a nation on the regional and world stage. We express our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to you for representing our nation to the best of your capabilities, talents, and giftings. We are indeed proud to salute and honor your sporting triumphs, your sacrifice, your labor, and your dedication through your efforts and sterling contribution to our national progress. Permit me to thank you and salute all those behind the scenes, including sponsors, coaches, mentors, talent scouts, parents, the private sector, the media, etc., for your vital contribution to making sports grow and flourish in our hearts and minds. I wish to congratulate our sportsmen and women, coaches and administrators, and hardworking staff at the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports for your continued passion, hard work, and love of sports. Your effort in this regard continue to echo your love and passion in the various sporting disciplines. Thank you. To our athletes, sportsmen and women, I say congratulations. Keep striving for greater things and let the motivation of American sportsman Ralph Matson serve as your inspiration and guide. That, and he says, excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude with the encouragement and hope in the message from Pastor Joel Austin, who stated, and I quote, "I believe if you keep your faith, you keep your trust, you keep the right attitude, if you are grateful, you will see God open up new doors." Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you kindly, Honorable Minister. I believe you may have left your pen. Mr. Minister, I can keep it? No, thanks a lot. And just to note, the Minister is actually the former national record holder in the men's 100-meter dash, so he knows a thing or two about award ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, our first orator for this evening's ceremony is none other than Mr. Erasmus Wayne Benty. He is the Vice Principal of the Babonneau Secondary School, a coach for netball, basketball, and athletics, and the only international qualified netball umpire in not just St. Lucia, but the entire organization of Eastern Caribbean states. To ably assist him will be the lovely Ms. Merica Monchery, teacher at the Miku Secondary School. She's also a former national record holder for the 400-meter dash, a former athlete of the year, and the junior sportswoman of the year for the year 2006. Please, let's give them a warm round of applause.
Pleasant good evening to everyone. This category of award is the most prestigious bestowed on our young sports personalities. In this category, the nominees for Junior Sports Personality must be between the ages of 13 to 19 years in the year of the award, has represented St. Lucia with the distinction during the period under review, has performed outstandingly at the national, regional, and/or international level, and has espoused a true spirit of sportsmanship. I invite you to view the video profiles of the shortlisted junior nominees.
Here are the nominees for Junior Sportswoman of the Year. 17-year-old Julian Alfred maintained her consistent performances on the track from the previous year, with podium finishes at Boys and Girls Champs in Jamaica, running 11.64 for the bronze medal in the 100 meters and 23.74 in the 200 meters, a new St. Lucia national record over the distance. In March, she won the gold medal in the 100 meters in 11.98 seconds during the Central Championships in Jamaica, meeting the qualifying standards for World Juniors and Carifta Games. At the Carifta Games in the Bahamas during April, she finished 5th in the 100 meters running 1.68, but come October, she ran an outstanding overall 11.23 in the 100 meters at the Youth Olympics in Argentina to bring a silver medal home to St. Lucia from the prestigious games. Junior Sportswoman of the Year nominee, Julian Alfred. At 16 years of age, Katie Kyle continues to be the prominent female swimmer among her peers. She currently swims with the Plymouth Leander School in England. She competed at the CAC Championships, made 2 finals, finishing 5th in the 50-meter butterfly. In August, Kyle competed at the CAC Games in Barranquilla, Colombia, and at the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast, Australia, setting national records in the 50 meters butterfly. Katie Kyle is a nominee for Junior Sportswoman of the Year. Megan Williams is currently St. Lucia's top female tennis player, and if that wasn't enough, also competes in women's and men's categories. She was the Women's Open Singles Champion at the annual Voyager Open Tennis Tournament and was quarter-finalist in the Men's Open. In the Independence Open Tennis Tournament, the 17-year-old won the Women's Open Singles and was the Men's Open semi-finalist. Her school, Leon Hess Comprehensive, recognized her as the sports personality for 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Williams, nominee for Junior Sportswoman of the Year.
Please welcome our presenter, Honorable Senator Fortuna Belrose, Minister for Culture and Creative Industries and President of the St. Lucia Olympic Committee, Incorporated, to assist with the presentations to the nominees. Julian Alfred, Athletics, Coach, Curvebot Twatine Modest. He will receive the award on her behalf. Julian Alfred is currently studying at the University of Texas, Austin. Megan William, Tennis. Her brother Max William will receive the award on her behalf. Megan William is currently studying at Charleston University in the United States. Katie Kyle, Swimming. Her mom, Indy Kyle, will receive the award on her behalf. Katie Kyle is currently studying at Plymouth Leander School in England. Junior Males, Shelton St. Rose Athletics.
Here are the nominees for Junior Sportsman of the Year. Shelton St. Rose is a dominant youth sprinter in St. Lucia who had an impressive showing during 2018. He copped gold medals in the 100 and 200 meters at Intersect, running 10.98 seconds in the 100 and 21.79 in the 200 meters. At National Juniors, it was gold again in the 100 meters, 10.74, and second in the 200 meters, 21.95 seconds. He bettered his 100-meter time at the Independence Games, 10.64 seconds, and was fourth in the 200 meters in a time of 22.15. He again ran 10.64 at the June National Championships, for the gold medal and was third in the 200 meters in a time of 21.42 seconds. Sandros represented St. Lucia at the Charybdis Games in the Bahamas in both the 100 and 200 meters, 13th and 15th place respectively. At the Youth Olympics in Argentina, he ran the 100 meters in 10.7 seconds that got him to an overall 12th place. Shelton Sandros is a nominee for Junior Sportsman of the Year. 18-year-old Kimani Melius continued his consistent run of good scores. He captained Babonneau in the Massey United Interschools competition, amassing 222 runs, including 2 centuries, 172 and 106. He recorded another 2 centuries in the Babonneau League, leading his side Debarra to the title, personally contributing 348 runs and knocks of 192 and 106. He was integral in Grosley winning the Under-19 competition with 262 runs and 1 century, 102. In January's Under-19 World Cup, Melius represented the West Indies, scoring 190 runs with the highest score of 78. In the Windward Islands Under-19 tournament, he scored 126 runs in 4 innings as St. Lucia emerged joint champions with Grenada. As part of the senior national team, he scored 75 runs in 3 innings, and for the Windward Islands Under-19 team, he gained the most runs award, 257, with a highest score of 102 and an average of 51.40 in the limited overs. Playing for the West Indies B, he amassed 108 runs in 5 innings. Kimani Melius, nominee for Junior Sportsman of the Year. Jaden Odlum Smith is his club's secondary school and independence 15 to 17 age group champion. He also picked up championships at the Rodney Heights Aquatic Center and Tropical Rhythms Championships in his age category and represented St. Lucia at the CC Can Championships in Aruba, setting a national record in the 200-meter butterfly. He set 2 age group records in the 50 and 100-meter butterfly at the FINA Short Course Championship in China. At the Youth Olympics in Argentina, he set a new national record. At the OACS Championships in Antigua, he set a new national record in the 200-meter and 2 age group records in the 50-meter backstroke and the 200-meter butterfly. As a member of the Charybdis swim team in Jamaica, he set a new national age group record in the 50-meter butterfly. Swimmer Jaden Odlum Smith is a nominee for Junior Sportsman of the Year. DeAndre Cauldron was a leading figure in the Cassius Comprehensive Secondary School, securing the team title at the school's table tennis championship. He is also a gold medal winner at the national team championship and dominated the under 13, 15 and 18 singles category at the Independence Day Classic. The 13-year-old won a silver medal at the Taiwan Friendship Competition under 18 singles and at the Junior Summer League Team Championship. He helped St. Lucia to 6th place in the team event at the Caribbean Under 15 Cadet Table Tennis Tournament in Cuba and won 8 of 10 single matches played, reaching the last 16 in singles. DeAndre Cauldron is a nominee for Junior Sportsman of the Year.
Shelton St. Rose Athletics. Kimani Melius Cricket. Jayan Odlum Smith Swimming. DeAndre Caldron, table tennis. Thank you, Honorable Senator Belrose.
We now continue with the individuals for sportsman and sportswoman. Nominees in this category has represented St. Lucia with distinction during the period under review, has performed outstandingly at the national, regional, and international level, and has espoused a true spirit of sportsmanship. I invite you to view the video profile of the shortlisted nominees.
Here are the nominees for Sportswoman of the Year. High jumper Laverne Spencer keeps soaring, and 2018 was no exception. At the National Championships in June, 1.89 gave for the gold medal, and 1.88 meters at the Drake Relays in April gave for bronze. She won gold at the Athena Philotea Women Gala in Greece, 1.96 meters, followed by other gold medal performances at the Jeonsu Games in Finland, Brazilian Grand Prix, and a silver medal at the Liège International in Belgium. She previously had a flurry of gold medal performances at the Blazers Invitational, Vulcan Invitational Hostapis High Jump Meet in the Czech Republic, and at the Trinek Meet, also in the Czech Republic. She also struck gold at the NACAC Championships in Canada and at CAC Seniors in Colombia, becoming the first athlete to hold the NACAC and CAC Championship at the same time. Her pinnacle moment came at the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast, clearing 1.95 meters to secure St. Lucia's first gold medal at these games. She capped the year with a bronze medal at the IAAF Continental Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, Laverne Spencer is the nominee for Sportswoman. Kiana Joseph represented St. Lucia at the inaugural Windward Islands Female Cricket Tournament, amassing 71 runs in 5 matches for a highest score of 43 versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She bagged 5 wickets with best figures of 2 for 8 versus Grenada. She also represented Brazil in national competition with a highest score of 72 versus South Castries. In June, she gained selection on the Windward Islands team and played in the regional women's cricket tournament with best bowling figures of 4 for 2 versus Barbados. In September, she was selected to the West Indies team for the home series versus South Africa, and subsequently to the West Indies team that participated in the ICC World T20 tournament. 18-year-old Kiana Joseph is a nominee for Sportswoman of the Year. Elisa Markey captained her district to win the Women's National Championship and captained the Senior Women's National Team in the Caribbean Football Union's Women's Challenge Cup and was awarded Best Midfielder of the Championship. She captained St. Lucia in the CFU CONCACAF qualifier, where St. Lucia placed second in the group. She was awarded Most Valuable Player of the Championship. Elisa Markey, a nominee for Sportswoman of the Year. Following are the nominees for Sportsman of the Year. Now 30 years of age, Albert Reynolds continues to dominate the art of javelin throwing in St. Lucia and the sub-region. In February, he secured the gold medal at the Independence Games, throwing the javelin 73.56 meters, and in May, won the OECS Martinique Championships, throwing 73.21 meters. He won a silver medal in June at the Cogliano Tofio Tony Farley Championships in Italy, followed by a 9th place finish at the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast, throwing 78.10. He had a gold medal performance at the Elite French Championships in France, throwing 76.15 meters, and ended the year with a 6th place finish at the CAC Games. Ladies and gentlemen, Albert Reynolds is a nominee
for Sportsman of the Year. Lindell Marsner has come to the ranks to become St. Lucia's most outstanding boxer. He competed at Pan Am qualifiers in Tijuana, Mexico, went in ranked 19th in the Americas, and came out ranked 11th. At the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast, Marsner fought a number 3 ranked World Series boxing contestant and narrowly lost on split decision 3-2 over 3 rounds. While in Colombia for the Pan Am Games, he won 1 fight by walkover, then lost in the quarterfinals to World Series boxer from Puerto Rico. During December's Caribbean Championships in Guyana, Marsner had 3 fights. Won the first by unanimous decision versus Guyanese boxer, second won by knockout in second round over a competitor from Guadeloupe, and won the third, also by knockout against a Barbadian opponent. Lindell Marsner, one of tonight's nominees for Sportsman of the Year. Larry Edward represented St. Lucia at the Senior Winner Islands tournament held in St. Lucia during May. In 350 over matches, he picked up 4 wickets at an average of 29 runs with an economy rate of 5.27. Was not out twice in 3 innings, amassing 55 runs and a top score of 46 not out. He represented the UWI in the Barbados Elite Division, taking 18 wickets in 8 games. In the Sagicor General T20 Cup in Barbados, he took 10 wickets in 5 matches, the most by any bowler. In the Regional 4-Day Professional Cricket League, Edward played 3 matches and took 9 wickets. In the Regional Super 50, he bagged 12 wickets in 10 matches, which assisted the Windwards in winning the title. Larry Edward, a nominee for Sportsman of the Year.
Please welcome our presenter, Olympian Zephrinus Joseph, to assist with the presentation. Laverne Donnelly Spencer. Kiana Joseph. Elisa Markey. Albert Reynolds. Lindell the Russian Masle. Larry Edward. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph.
Ladies and gentlemen, administrators, coaches, and technical officials play a significant role in the building and sustainability of any sport. These individuals ensure that athletes are adequately prepared for competition and that the sport is governed efficiently. The administrators should have served with distinction on national and/or international sports body for a minimum of 2 years, currently serving on a sports body. His or her service must be confined to the past 2 years. I now invite our presenter, Acting Director of Sports, Mr. Patrick Mathray, to assist us with the presenting of these awards. This year, we recognize Administrator Yasmin Tyson. Yasmin Tyson has pioneered the Learn to Swim program and began the grassroots program for swimming, which will help fulfill the association's mandate of making swimming available to all St. Lucians, irrespective of socioeconomic background. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Yasmin Tyson. We also recognize outstanding coaches this year. The coach should, over the year in review, produce individuals or teams that have achieved at a national, regional, and/or international level, and also meet 70% of the criteria established by the ministry. Coach, Renata Fredericks, rugby. Ms. Fredericks' attitude, knowledge, and experience positively impacted the performance on the St. Lucia's female rugby football team in 2018. Her coaching style has motivated players to step out of their comfort zone and train beyond their natural talent. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Renata Fredericks. Peter Rupert James, swimming. As a coach on 2 national teams, he has spent time preparing and mentoring the national swimmers to ensure top performances. Coach Peter shares knowledge, advice, and swim tips with all swimmers, regardless of their club affiliations. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peter Rupert James. Christopher Wells, table tennis. Coach Wells has brought tremendous change to the landscape of table tennis at the community, school, and national sports level. The number of athletes participating in the inter-district and intra-district competitions have increased greatly, as well as improvements in the quality of competition. Additionally, he has coached and prepared children with special needs to compete in the Physical Literacy and Table Tennis Fiesta 2018. Chris also coached the first ever St. Lucia contingent to the Under-13 Latin America Table Tennis Competition in Santo Domingo last year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Christopher Wells.
Conrad Fredericks exhibits strong commitment to the development of boxers in St. Lucia. In 2018, he accompanied national boxing contingent to major events and guided them to sterling performances that enhanced St. Lucia's reputation in the sport. He was at ringside for all engagements of top-ranked boxer Lindell Marcelin, including Pan American qualifiers in Tijuana, Mexico, Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia, Pan American Games in Barranquilla, Colombia, and the Caribbean Boxing Championships in Guyana. He continues to identify boxing talents coming out of the Boys Training Center and keeps regular schedules of training for local boxers. Ladies and gentlemen, Conrad Fredericks. Mr. Emmanuel Bellas, football. The involvement of Coach Bellas in football has rejuvenated the Vieux-Fort community. His involvement and influence has resulted in many successful tournaments in the southern town. Hence, players are given more recognition by the community, young players are more eager to join clubs, and there is more zeal and enthusiasm being displayed by the club administrators. He recently succeeded the CONCACAF C license, and assisted with the preparation of the national under-15 females, which topped their group and placed 3rd overall in the CONCACAF regional competition. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Emmanuel Bellas. The technical official should be referees, umpires, technical officials who, through their high standards of officiating, rendered services at national, regional, and international levels. Technical official, Hilroy Imanus Swimming. Mr. Hilroy Imanus is one of 2 FINA certified regional officials who facilitates his own travel aboard to be trained and qualified. He also serves as a local official and has facilitated the hosting of many swim meets in St. Lucia and around the Caribbean. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hilroy Imanus.
Chantel John, Rugby. Ms. John has been engaged at all levels of the game, from player to coach, to referee and administrator. She has been a coach and mentor for many players, including both male and female. She was the assistant coach for the St. Lucia National Under-19 male rugby team and was also assistant coach for the St. Lucia National Female Sevens team. Ms. John acts as coach and administrator for her club, Whiptail Warriors. She has international certification in coaching, officiating, and first aid. Apart from rugby, she is also a regional football referee. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Chantel John. Thank you, Mr. Patrick Maffrey. I now invite back on stage our Master of Ceremony for the evening, Mr. Terry Finister.
Thank you very much, Marika, and of course, Mr. Benty, Wayne Benty. It is my pleasure at this time to acknowledge the presence of Acting Prime Minister Guy Joseph and Mrs. Joseph. These are, of course, the awards for 2018, but just to note that some of our awardees this evening are off to a flying start in 2019. We have DeAndre Cauldron. Last week, he actually repeated as the Inter-Schools champion, leading Castries Comprehensive to the title, the table tennis title at the Castries Table Tennis Center. Jan Odlum Smith won a clutch of medals, gold and silver, just a couple of weeks ago in Martinique. And just today, the news came through that Kimani Melius has been called up to the Windward Islands team for the regional 4-day tournament. And Kimani, in fact, joins Larry Edwards on the Windward Islands Volcanoes for the regional 4-day tournament. Larry Edwards right now is the leading wicket taker for the Windward Islands Volcanoes and is 6th in the list with 22 for the season. Good going. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce a little bit of entertainment for your pleasure. A leading dance group. They've been in existence for the past 19 years. They range from all ages. They are synchronous in their movement and have a passion for what they do. And in fact, they are led by a national athlete in the person of Camilla Monrock. Let's welcome the Camp Dancers performing to the song Helen.
Place where I always knew I belong. Open your heart and you'll find me in a paradise. We're so blessed to go home. She's just so magical and cynic. She's so bountiful and pure. A light that illuminates your spirit. A gem you can't ignore. Watch the sunrise up your Twin Peaks. Watch the sunset at your shores. If the oceans could tell stories, then the waves would sing your song. Sing Lucia. Yeah, welcome to my island. Welcome to my island. Wake up with a smile cause I'm just so happy. Happy for the life that your light embodies. Say there's no place like home. We can catch a vibe over hills and valleys. Cook a selfish with a figure dashing. Down by the river where the kids' clothes washing. Say there's no place like home. The sun could set me free. Your love is all I need. Only one journey. Our future is so bright. Open your arms. Hold me closely to your heart. It's where I wanna be. Right here in unity. Sing Lucia. Yeah. Sing Lucia. Yeah. Welcome to my island. Welcome to my island.
I am from a land where beauty is not loud or overbearing, but simply striking, exquisite, and luminary from within. Though her soils have been trodden over 14 times, they are no less fertile. They remain enriched with the seeds of multicultural roots.
Sing Lucia. in a place where I always knew I belong. Open your heart and you'll find me in a paradise. We're so blessed to go home. She's just so magical.
And Cam dancers. Now, just before we move on to the next category of awards this evening, we wish to acknowledge those, well, we have a number of people without whom this wouldn't be possible, but we wish to acknowledge in particular our sponsors who have assisted us during the course of the past year. And I speak specifically here of Massey United Insurance and Massey Stores, Blue Waters, Flow, Digicel, and Peter and Company Limited. A round of applause for our sponsors. I now invite our wonderful orators back on stage to take us through to the next set of awards.
We now move to the Community Awards. These awards are bestowed on an individual who has initiated, promoted, and organized development programs in sports and recreation in communities. These awards is open to community sport leaders, administrators, district, coaches, or athletes who meet the set criteria. An athlete who comes from a disadvantaged background and has defied all odds to achieve at a district and national level. A coach, administrator, or community sport leader who, despite a lack of infrastructure and resources, was able to promote and develop human potential that has enabled the community to unleash their talents. Athletes, players under his or her care must have excelled at a district and or national level. I now invite our presenter, Mr. John Estefan, Chairman of the National Lotteries Authority, to assist in presenting these awards. Athlete, Zadie St. Louis from Deriso. Coach, Stanislas Tupatu Felix from Dennery. It's Tupatu, but not here. Thank you, Mr. Estefan.
In this segment, we recognize the efforts of individuals who, through challenges, show that they can rise above the odds and perform at a high level. This category also salutes the efforts of a club who, by proper administration, can change the lives of members and the community. I now invite our presenter, Ms. Mary Wilfred, Director of Youth, to assist with the awards. we now recognize the Club of the Year. This is bestowed to a club which is registered with the Ministry of Youth and Development and Sports, achieved at the highest national, regional, and/or international competition, has a sound governance of structure, has a documented program, and has a stable membership. The Club of the Year is Lightling Aquatic Swim Club. The ministry prides itself as being all-inclusive. At this point, we would like to pay homage to the athletes of the Special Olympic fraternity. Here we recognize an athlete who is a differently able sportsman or sportswoman, has represented St. Lucia with distinction during the period year under review, has performed outstandingly at the national, regional, and/or international level. This year's recognition goes to this 22-year-old, shy, unassuming young man who joined Special Olympics St. Lucia program at the age of 12. His passion is for athletics, track and field, a sport in which he has remained and grown throughout the years. His performances at Special Olympics World Games in Los Angeles, California, has, at individual and team level, was exemplified by his medal achievements, gold in the 100 and bronze in the 200. He will once again compete in the upcoming Special Olympics World Games to be held in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates from March 11th to the 22nd, 2019. Today's Special Olympian awardee is Mr. Benvic Winifred. Mr. Benvic also receives a weekend for two with breakfast at the Harbor Club. At this time, we acknowledge the contribution to those who play an extremely vital role in the field of sports, but are sometimes forgotten. They are always behind the scenes, and I speak of the media. We pause now to recognize the following media houses for coverage of our program during 2018. Choice TV, Tire Broadcasting Services, DBS, Helen Television System, HTS, Winner Stevie. The Mirror newspaper. The Star. Voice Publishing Company. St. Lucia Sports Online. Marius Modest, freelance. Vibe Radio. Thank you, Ms. Wilfred. I now hand you over to our Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, Ms. Mosheri, Mr. Benti. Always nice to see our media colleagues at the other end of the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier he brought us a delightful rendition of the national anthem on pan. You can hear him with Pansonic Steel Orchestra, as well as the 2018 Panorama Champions Babonneau Steel Orchestra. Let's welcome once again Mr. Darrell Anderson to wow us with the sweet sound of Pan. Thank you very much, Mr. Anderson. Excellent job. Now, it's a team effort, and so in our next series of awards, we're going to be recognizing some teams. And in order to do so, I'd like to bring back on stage our orators, Mr. Benty and Ms. Mosheri. A round of applause for them, please.
In 2018, a number of our sporting teams made the nation proud on the regional level. In this category, we celebrate the achievements of our national winning teams. To assist us in presenting these awards, we welcome the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Mrs. Leota Charlemagne Mason. Senior women's volleyball team, winners of the OECS Caribbean Volleyball Association Championship. This team will receive 30 minutes spa treatment, use of steam bath, sauna, jacuzzi, dipping pool, and lunch at Le Picure restaurant at Mystique Royal St. Lucia. Under 15 national cricket team, winners of the Winlot Inc. WICBC Under 15 tournament. That's the Army. They will receive a group Bay Gardens Beach Resort play pass, which includes 2-course lunch, beverages, and 4.5 hours to Splash Island Water Park and use of the resort pool. Michelle, man, you felt secured there, right? Under 23 netball team, winners of the OECS Under 23 Netball Championship. The manager and coach will collect on their behalf. This team will receive 30 minutes spa treatment, use of the steam bath, sauna, jacuzzi, Deep in Pool, lunch at Le Picure Restaurant at Mystique Royal St. Lucia. Rugby 7 national team winners of the 2018 Trophée Atlantique Féminin set. Once again, this team will receive 30-minute spa treatment, use of the steam bath, sauna, jacuzzi, deep in pool, lunch at Le Picure Restaurant at the Mystique Royal St. Lucia. Under-19 cricket team, winners of Winlot WICBC Windward Islands Under-19 Championship. They will receive a Group Bay Gardens Beach Resort Play Pass, which includes 2-course lunch, beverages, 4.5 hours of Splash Island Park, and use of the resort pool. Thank you very much, Mrs. Charlemagne Mason.
Posthumous Award. For this award, we pay homage to those who have left us, but their contributions to the sporting sphere is worthy of commendation. The individual in this category must be a deceased sports personality who, through their actions and participations, popularized their sport and contributed significantly to the group of that sport. Let us view the video of our awardee this evening.
Leo Sparsen Helen was undoubtedly the consummate sporting figure of his time. At his prime, he represented St. Lucia in athletics, football, cricket, lawn tennis, swimming, and water polo.
and at one time or the other, captained the island in 5 of them. He also captained the Windward Islands in cricket. He is fondly remembered as one of the top javelin throwers and pole vaulters in his era. His name has been called among the greatest all-round athletes ever produced by St. Lucia. In the early dominance by St. Lucia in Windward Islands cricket, St. Helen was on the team that notched 508 against Dominica in 1953. That squad included the likes of legends Francis Mindu-Philip and C.O.B. Crick. Football fans called him the midfield general. So dominant was his flair and control, defending, collection, and distribution skills. His father was an early influence that led to his sporting exploits. St. Helen has been credited for introducing volleyball locally to St. Lucians. Rupert Branford, in his book, Outstanding Sports Personalities of St. Lucia, recollects the late John Odlum's testimonial that Spa was traveling with him in Vieux and stopped to watch some Americans playing volleyball in the Beanfield area. He joined the Americans in the game and was able to persuade them to donate some gear, which was used for the introduction of the game to the wider St. Lucian population, an initiative that grew into actual competition. Another friend, Hollis Bristol, described Leo St. Helen as a tennis player with a powerful serve and forehand backed by efficient courtcraft. Some also argued that it was difficult to determine whether he was better at land or water-based sports, as he was brilliant in both aspects. An added dimension to St. Helen's life was biking. He is among the first to introduce stunt riding to St. Lucia, with friends like Ronald Freddie Joseph, Ronald Morissette, John Odlum, and others. Together they formed a club and were regarded as daredevil riders. Leo Spa St. Helen, a sportsman held in high esteem and an individual who has contributed much to what St. Lucian society has become today. It is with this legacy, on the eve of the island's celebration of 40 years of independence, that the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports confers this posthumous award on Leo Spa St. Helen.
I now invite our presenter, Honorable Guy Joseph, Acting Prime Minister, to assist us with presenting these awards. Leo Spa St. Helen, his daughter Evita St. Helen is picking up on his behalf. Thank you, Honorable Guy Joseph.
The Lifetime Achievement Award is given to a true veteran in the sense that this individual has contributed significantly to the sporting development over a minimum period of 25 years, but has never been recognized for their contribution or achievement. This individual has captained St. Lucia and Windward Islands cricket teams. He was also one of the island's leading table tennis players, representing St. Lucia in the Brandon tennis competition. From the age of 15, he was also recognized for his sporting talent, representing his school in both cricket and football. He gained selection on the national cricket team in 1954 and was chosen on the Windward Islands team due to his batting and exceptional fielding. He had a career best knock of 86 against the Leeward Islands in 1966. After his playing days, he continued in an administrative capacity in the development of St. Lucia and the Windward Islands cricket. He also went into broadcasting and served as a comments personality during regional and international cricket matches. He was selected for the St. Lucia team, which participated in the Popham football series from 1961 to 1963, captaining the side in 1963. He was one of the best on the tennis court and held the single title for a year. He is still the driving force behind the longest standing sponsorship for any sporting competition under the auspices of the Ministry, the Massey United Insurance Secondary Schools Cricket Tournament. It is for this diverse contribution to sport in St. Lucia that the Ministry of Youth Development and Sport confers upon him the Lifetime Achievement Award. Let's hear him in his own words.
My brother before me was 4 years older than Barry Ogis. Our neighbor was 2 years, and they were in sports. And because we were so close to the college, because where the courthouse is where our home was, it was built on pillars, so downstairs we played cricket, football, and table tennis. So from an early age, I was in sports with older people. So I grew up in a sports environment. And that was, you know, all of us. My brother played cricket and football for both St. Lucia, cricket for St. Lucia and football for St. Lucia, and I played all cricket, football, and tennis for St. Lucia. I first played for St. Lucia in 1954. I wasn't 20 yet when I was selected. We went to Dominica. And fortunately, I got 2 sets of leave in the bank. So the next year they were giving me problems. I didn't play in 55. And in 56 I went to Jamaica. I spent 3.5 years there. There I played cricket all over the place. Represented all within the country I represented. And then when I came back, I played cricket for St. Lucia, and it was in 1961. My father died while I was playing cricket in St. Kitts. I stopped playing for 5 years. Because I could just move, I went and played tennis. I was all-round sportsman. I played Brandon Trophy tennis, which was playing against the Big Islands. Until 66, when Vincent Levo said he wasn't playing, there's nobody else to play. So they approached me to come back to cricket, to captain St. Lucia. My brother was in Grenada, and he was doing it for Wibs in Grenada. So he said, why don't I try this in Lucia? So it was a joke at one time, because we've had 2 matches going on, and both of us talk similarly. Fellas say, but how can you be talking here and talking in Grenada? So because of my brother Carol, who's 4 years, I followed him a lot of things, and because I got into the commentary. United Insurance came and said they were keen to do that. I said, well, that's in my league, something I've always believed in, to help young people come out and to get them interested in a positive game. So for those 34 years, I've enjoyed it, doing it. And as you know, I'm fighting for it to continue. It's the longest thing ever. And new ownership, but we're getting together and you know, I've been pushing for more and more things. Because when I look at what we've been able to achieve, the fellows who have come through, like Sammy, Johnson Charles, and now the young ones playing here, like Larry Edwards is doing well this year. We have ordered before. It gives a lot of pride that we're doing something positive for the young people in St. Lucia.
I now invite our presenter, His Excellency, the Governor General of St. Lucia, Sir Emmanuel Neville Snack, to assist us in presenting this award. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Mr. Hollis Bristol. Thank you, Your Excellency.
The Minister's Award. The Minister with responsibility for sports will each year choose an individual or individuals, group and/or company or business who in his opinion has impacted on sports to the point that it has caused a positive change in the national sporting landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 35 years, Coca-Cola has been sponsoring the International Tennis Federation Junior Tennis Championships. This tournament is the longest running international sponsored event supported by the same major sponsor in the entire Eastern Caribbean. I now invite our presenter, Honorable Edmund Estefan, to present the Minister's Award. This year's Minister's Award goes to an outstanding couple, Mr. and Mrs. Dunstan Dubule, for the ongoing sponsorship of tennis in St. Lucia, and more specifically the Coca-Cola Championships. Thank you, Honorable Minister Estefan, and back to you, Mr. Finisterre.
Thank you, Ms. Monchery, Mr. Benty. And it must be pointed out that Mrs. Doublé was a fine tennis player in her own right back in the day. I don't know if she is perhaps still today, but she certainly was an outstanding tennis player back in the day. The Doublés have also led the effort to memorialize Francis Mindu Philip with the monument, which was recently unveiled in the park named after him, an exceedingly commendable effort in its own right. Now, our next entertainer is a fine young gentleman who participated in the Arthur Allen Challenge, which was held in September of last year. And he was the personal choice of King Arthur Allen. I think he's a five-time king now, to get a free recording at Major Records. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to help me welcome Mr. Jermaine Joseph, who will perform a medley of songs for us this evening.
Yeah, testing. Good night, everyone. Yeah. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Can I say what I want to say? Can I say what I want to say? Can I say what I want to say? I really want to say this. People will judge you, but they don't know you. They're talking about you. Must be something about you. They smile in your face and talking you bad and making up things that's far from the facts. While you talking and talking and talking about me, but I'll be fighting and doing my thing. I'm telling you, please. Don't judge me. See, God don't put you to watch me. See, He don't like ugly. So tell them keep their eyes off me. Off me. Eyes off me. Off me. Cause life is so good to me. Life is so good to me. Oh, yeah. From you wake up this morning, you are winner, yeah, 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 yeah. From you wake up this morning, you are winner, yeah. Cause, see, today me rise like a sunrise, more brighter, more bright. No one can break my vibes. Me don't care who I fight and who I criticize, I'm on a higher height. So you can do what you want to, say what you want to, it's no concern to me. Cause me have my own vision, me dep on my own mission, we rule my destiny. Cause it's my day, and I do anything that I want to. It's my time, and I use it any way that I want to. It's my life, and I'm responsible for every action. It's all mine, my day, my time, my life. Singing it's my day, I do anything that I want to. It's my time, and I use it any way that I want to. It's my life, and I'm responsible for every action. It's all mine, my day, my time, my life. My day, my time, my life. My day, my time, my life. Some fight, some cry, and some fight every day. But we rise to the top, cause we know what it takes. Yeah, through it all, we survive, and yet still hold the faith. We unchangeable, Lord, unchangeable. Hey, no matter how the dollar might stack up, me still not change. We gonna stay rough. In a Gideon, we have to buckle up your lace. Be smart, don't be a cruff, nah, nah. Life is a journey, it's a long race. Mama says, son, be wise and don't bring disgrace. We take up the broom and start sweep the place. Cause all these ways, they got to get erased. My love for the people, that can't erase. The truth for the truth, and that can't erase. All those who want it, just send me to finish this race. So we ain't giving up now. We put up a fight, we got to be ready. Cause time's getting dreary. Lad said, don't you worry, I'm in a hurry, Lord, we got to be ready. Cause time's getting dreary. We pray, we pray, we pray, we pray. Let me tell you nothing. Nothing is impossible. And no one can hold us down. We see, yes, we are unstoppable. No one can hold us down. We yeah. See, the clock keeps ticking, the eyes keep dripping. No, I ain't giving up. Oh, time waits for no one. Yeah, one life to live, and that's why me I go hard. Yeah, tomorrow not promised, so me no in me yard. We live without limits. Money need to win it. We live without limits. Yeah, but you spend so much money on your watch. How much time you spend with your son? So much money in the clubs. How many times? The simple things, them are your blessings. The simple things, them are your blessings. Your blessings, simple things, them are your blessings. You have to notice your blessings. You pick it with the shoes on your feet. You now pick and choose the friends where you keep. You now watch what you eat. When last you had a good sleep. The simple things, them are your blessings. The simple things, them are your blessings. Your blessings, simple things, them are your blessings. You better notice your blessings, cause we got life, so let's live. You make the time to chase the cheddar. When last you say a prayer. We got life, so let's live. And while you worshiping your treasure, remember nothing lasts forever. Simple things, them are your. See the simple things, them are your. Simple things, them are your blessings, blessings. Them are your blessings. See the simple things. Oh, the simple things. Oh, simple things. Thank you. I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Joseph. Let's show him some love, indeed. Some excellent, excellent vocals. A bright future. This year he might just challenge King Arthur. We'll see. Let's welcome back Ms. Morsherry and Mr. Benty. They will be presenting to us the moment that we have all been waiting for.
Indeed, the moment we've all been waiting for, the most prestigious awards. The Association of the Year, Junior Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year, the Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year, the Associations of the Year. This award is bestowed on a national sporting organization which has or had the most significant impact on the overall sport programming and development. I now invite our presenter, Honorable Edmond Estefan, Minister of Youth Development and Sports, to assist with the presentations. Tonight's recipient for Association of the Year is St. Lucia Amateur Swimming Association. The Junior Sportswoman of the Year is, I'm handing you over again. The Junior Sportswoman of the Year is none other, Julian Alfred.
Junior Sportsman of the Year. Tonight's recipient is congratulations, Junior Sportsman of the Year, Kimani Melius. However, the entitlements will be placed in a trust fund with their respective associations.
Sportswoman of the Year. Congratulations, Sportswoman of the Year, Laverne Spencer.
Sportsman of the Year. Congratulations, Sportsman of the Year, Mr. Albert Reynolds. Sportsman of the Year will receive a grant of $10,000 from the government of St. Lucia, a handset, compliments Digicel, spa treatment, and none from Sandal Grant. The Sportsman of the Year will receive a grant of $10,000 from the government of St. Lucia, a citizen watch compliment and a handset compliment Digicel. Thank you, Honorable Minister Esteban. And I hand you over to our esteemed MC,
Thank you, Mr. Benty, Ms. Monchery. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very nearly at the end of the ceremony for this year. Please join me in thanking our orators, Mr. Wayne Benty and Ms. Merica Monchery. Did an excellent job this evening. Just before we cross the finish line, before we pull the curtains down here, there are some persons to whom we must say thank you. Let's turn our attention for the final time to the screen for our expressions of gratitude.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for attending the 39th National Sports Awards ceremony. This highly anticipated event always brings great joy to the sporting fraternity during the festive independence celebrations. As the reflections of last year's wins and losses fade into history, we take this time to express our gratitude to all individuals, sporting associations, business partners, and other stakeholders who continue to make a solid contribution to sports on our island. Special thanks to the Governor General for his presence and under whose patronage this ceremony is held, the Diplomatic Corps, government officials, and other specially invited guests. Thank you for sharing this event with us. To the organizing committee, under the leadership of the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Leota Sharmai Mason, and her team at the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, who worked hard to provide continuous improvement to this auspicious occasion. Well done, team. Our deepest appreciation to the judges for their long hours of deliberation in selecting the winners. To the media, we cherish your contribution, which exposes our initiatives and achievements, but also corrects our faults throughout the year. The publicity in electronic and social media coverage in our games and competitions and press conferences is the staple of our relationship.
We extend sincere gratitude to all the sportsmen, sportswomen, administrators, coaches, and officials, to physical education teachers, principals, district education officers, and other Ministry of Education personnel, we thank you for your partnership. Thank you, parents and guardians, spectators, and well-wishers.
To the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, security officers, and our decor team, thank you. Our sincere gratitude to our host, Royalton St. Lucia Resort and Spa. For viewers at home and abroad, we are grateful that you have stayed with us to celebrate our sporting icons.
May God continue to bless our nation as we celebrate 40 years of independence. All in, our hope, our journey.
And with that, we have come to the end of the 2018 National Sports Awards. A huge congratulations to all nominees and awardees. Thank you for a great year in 2018. We look forward to all of your successes in 2019 and beyond. I invite you, upon a conclusion of tonight's ceremony, to visit our photo gallery, where you will be able to view the photos and see some of the achievements of all the other sports personalities for 2018. At this point, please, let's all stand for the departure of His Excellency, Governor General of St. Lucia, Sir Emmanuel Neville Snack. And as we conclude this evening, I'd just like to note that all recipients are asked to come on stage for an official photograph. So once again, thank you everyone, including all the people who put the decor and the program together this evening. Thank you for coming out tonight. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and have a wonderful 40th anniversary celebration. And now I invite you to join in the wonderful reception outside. Good evening.
Good evening to all of our viewers. I am Lisandy Boville. Thanks for joining us. I'm, of course, joined by Michael Pierre. Good evening.
Good evening, viewers again, and good evening, Liz. And welcome to the closing aspect of our broadcast this evening.
It was a lovely ceremony. We just saw the exit of the Governor General. However, congratulations are in order to every single nominee shortlisted and also to the winners, starting with Lovin Spencer as the Sportswoman of the Year.
For me, Liz, and for me, viewers, it was a very nice, compact ceremony. We didn't have too many lulls and too many delays, and it actually flowed. And what actually stood out for me was in the team's awards presentation, the cricket teams, both the under 15 and the under 19 teams, actually came out in uniform, looking like true champions. And for me, this is a lesson for a number of teams. But despite this all, I must say congratulations to all the nominees, to all the recipients this evening. They were well deserving of the awards.
Yes, and we have for the Sportsman of the Year a second time, Albert Reynolds, or a second time in a row. And for Lovin, it's actually her 15th time collecting that award. So congratulations to her again. And we have Kimani Melius. This is second time in a row. And for Julian Alfred, she was also a winner last year.
Well, for me, Kimani Melius, it is mere coincidence that he repeated this time around. And today he was named on the Windward Islands senior team to oppose Barbados. That game will be starting on the 21st of February and end of the 24th. He'll be replacing fellow St. Lucian opener Tari Gabriel, and all the indications that he will feature in that match. With Lovin Spencer, an unprecedented 15 times winning the award of Sportswoman of the Year. By my recollection, she has done phenomenal by being the only person to win both the Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year for such a long time. In addition, as I said earlier, Lovin Spencer is celebrating 20 years, consecutive years of representing St. Lucia with distinction on both the local, regional, and international field. So congratulations to her on her achievement, and as I said, congratulations to Reynolds for again repeating, Kimani and Julian Alfred. When you look at the shortlisted nominees in all the categories, they were well deserving of their nomination, and it could have gone anywhere. But at the end of the day, I think well done judges, well done everyone.
Yes, and for Laverne, she's actually going to be recognized by her community and I believe the ministry. So seeing that she's been competing on a national and international level, representing St. Lucia for so long and still bringing in the gold medals, I think that is, you know, a great show of her sportsmanship, her abilities. And right now we're going to be joined by Junior Sportsman of the Year 2018, Kimani Melius. Good evening. Yes, you can rest it right here. With his awards. Good evening, Kimani.
Good evening.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
It's the second time in a row. How do you feel?
Well, it's a great experience. It surely shows hard work truly pays off. But however, the work doesn't stop here. Hard work has to continue. But special mention to all those who have supported me right through. And I really appreciate this moment.
You can go ahead and mention their names.
Alton Crafton, Anthony Marshall, Sarah, Alan Melius, Marshall, sorry, my mother, my father, and all those who have supported me right through. I really appreciate it.
You're currently taking part in the Massey Under 19 50 over tournament.
Yeah.
I saw that you took two wickets, right? So tell us about that tournament and, you know, from one thing to the next to the next.
Actually, Massey has supported us very well, but the tournaments, you just have to be consistent and try to be consistent. All schools have to be consistent with their performances, and going forward, we have better cricketers in St. Lucia.
In a previous interview, we spoke about the cricketer that most look up to. Tell our viewers.
Well, I emulate Virat Kohli, reason being his willingness to learn and go the extra mile, and also leading his team, knowing his teammates, and a very humble individual.
Seems a lot like yourself. Where did you get that from?
I don't know, I just tell myself the more successful I am, I should be more down to earth to people and always be good to people. That's the most important thing. When you're good to people, it will reflect in your game, and it has nothing to do with talent. The goodness you have done will take you through everything.
I know it's a night of celebration, but tell me a little bit about the days that it doesn't go quite as you expected.
When the days that it doesn't go as expected, that's part of sports. Any sportsman has to go through these phases. It's just a matter of being patient and doing extra work and surrounding yourself among positive people.
Final words to the other athletes who were shortlisted?
Once again, I would just like to say, all athletes, hard work surely pays off. A dream doesn't become reality through success. It takes sweet determination and hard work. So just continue working hard and try to be persistent in anything that you do.
Okay, thank you very much, Kimani. Congratulations once again. And I'm going to be joined by the lovely...
Oh, we have to put the trophies?
The lovely Laverne Spencer. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I have to comment on your dress. I've heard comments from everyone passing. Oh, that's a lovely dress. You look great.
Thank you so much.
So, how do you feel? This is your 15th. How do you feel?
Well, it's always a great honor receiving Sportsman of the Year. You know, last year I worked really hard. I had a great year. You know, set a lot of history and a lot of, you know, record breaking last year. So I think I had a great year last year. I worked really hard, so I think it was a well-deserving award.
I don't think you know how many St. Lucians stay up at 3 a.m. I think it was when you were taking part in the Commonwealth Games in Australia. But the feedback, what was it like after you did that jump and you got your gold medal?
Well, first of all, you know, I just want to thank all St. Lucians who stayed up to watch. I know it's a sacrifice, and you know, I know a lot of St. Lucians, you know, follow me and support me, so I want to thank them for that. You know, I couldn't have done it without the support of the St. Lucian people, my family, my manager, you know, most importantly, you know, without God it's not possible. So thanks to everyone, and it was such a great feeling winning the gold medal, because that's something that has never been done for St. Lucia in 56 years. So I'm happy that I was the one who was able to, you know, bring the gold medal this time around for St. Lucia.
Lovin, tell us your secret, because you're 34 years and you're in this strong, still setting records, still collecting not just bronze, you're collecting gold medals. What is your secret for your longevity?
Well, my secret is pretty much my motto, which I've been using from the time I started my career: God plus hard work plus discipline equals success. You know, like I said before, you know, I can't achieve anything I've done without God. It takes a lot of hard work and you have to be disciplined. And I think if you put all these three together, you'll be successful.
Before we wrap up, any final words to the other nominees who were shortlisted?
Can you repeat that?
Before we wrap up, do you have any final words for the other nominees who were shortlisted?
I just want to encourage them to continue working hard. You know, it takes time. For me, a lot of things didn't happen overnight. I kept working at it year after year, and when I fail the first time, I go back, I work harder, and then you come back even stronger. So I just want to encourage them to, you know, keep strong, keep working hard, and they will be successful in the future.
Thank you very much, Lavin.
Thank you.
With me is repeat Sportsman of the Year, Albert Reynolds. How has it been for you winning twice in succession?
It feels really good. I know that it took a lot to try to not defend the title, but to try my best to remain as #1 in my sport. It's been really good, and I feel fantastic.
When I look at your performances last year, you seem to be improving every time that you went out to compete. What do you think was necessary for this?
Having a good support team, my family, especially my coach, who has been with me and drilling me, ensuring that I stay focused and ensure that I was in good health, trying to eat properly and keep the goal and trying to improve. That's
Having performed so creditably in 2018, what are your goals for 2019?
My goals are, as every year, to improve, to get over the 18-meter barrier, qualify for the World Championships, the Pan American Senior Championships as well. So the goal this season is to improve on myself physically, mentally, and to ensure that I represent my country with distinction.
Well, on behalf of St. Lucia and everyone, I want to wish you all the best in 2019 and looking forward to you repeating in 2020. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
With me is Eddie Hazel, the president of the St. Lucia's Amateur Swimming Association. Any surprise, Eddie, in copying the title of Association of the Year?
Well, I must say it was a bit surprising that it came as a surprise, because we sent in the nomination. We knew that there were two other clubs that did phenomenal work in terms associations that did phenomenal work in terms of development for 2018, but our executive is only 2 years old, and from, like I indicated in our sports award, from whence we came till now, the progress in terms of development we did was tremendous. I have a tremendous amount of thanks to give our executive, hard-working team. It's all about development. We have areas that we are looking at. We just came from Soufrière. We are already looking at laying down the foundation in Vieux-Fort. And all in all, it has been a very good year in terms of development for us as an association, because that is the mandate that has been handed down to us by our parent company, which is FINA. So we still have a lot of work to do. We're looking forward to 2019, where the groundwork has been set in 2018, and now it's for us to produce in 2019.
Tell us, first of all, how is the portable pool going at Carolee and your stint down at Soufrière, where you're trying to develop swimming there in the community?
Well, as we know, the foundation for the portable pool in Carolee is laid. The pool is actually in St. Lucia, and all we are waiting for is for the various the infrastructure in terms of the fencing, the lighting, the seating, and the covering, which with the assistance of the Ministry of Communication, which we are looking within a 2-month period to have all of this in, so we could have the opening of the pool, so we could start the program. The pool is really to facilitate our grassroots program under the banner of Nage Setlisi, where we are targeting a lot of the Learn to Swim programs through in collaboration with the Ministry of Education through the PE system, the physical education system.
Okay, let me, on behalf of everyone here tonight on the broadcast, Etienne, congratulate you on your achievement and to wish you all the best and success in 2019.
All right, thank you very much.
Liz, what an evening.
It has been a great one. Everybody looked lovely. The ministry went all out. The turnout was great. The whole decor
and the whole ambience actually set the tone for tonight's celebration, which I think went wonderfully well.
And you know, we haven't had any food yet, so we'll review that afterwards. Yes. But on behalf of NTN and the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, I am Lisandy Beauville signing out of tonight's broadcast alongside Michael Kerr.
I must say it's a pleasure working with you, and the experience was wonderful.
Thank you, likewise.